All right, welcome in, everyone. We're now 50 minutes behind schedule. Initially, I thought we were only 45 minutes, but hey, we're here today. That's the start we got off to. My day has probably been ruined, but that's okay. Hopefully, I won't be fired for missing work. Katrina, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing so good. I just have the honor of sitting next to you, the world's bravest martyr, so
well, at least someone recognizes what I do for this country. All right, Katrina, I know one of the things you want to talk about today is Trump at the State of the Union talking about how great it is all these women are working and how much you hate women in the workforce.
And women who have filled 58% of the newly created jobs last year. All Americans can be proud that we have more women in the workforce than ever before.
So, okay. That is a total mischaracterization. It's not that I hate women in the workforce. It's just that as a woman, I know that it's nicer to be at home. Like, think about it. You have like a coffee pot all day. You've got controlled temperatures.
There's coffee in the kitchen here.
Yeah, but it's like bad coffee and like other people use it.
That's
you don't really get
true.
to have like nice, like no French press. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if you're financially stable, I don't see why your goal wouldn't be to just be pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen.
How much money does your husband need to make in order for you to just not work?
Well, that depends. So I think if you lead kind of like a humble lifestyle and you're willing to manage your money, like he doesn't need to make that much. Like, it doesn't need to be...
I think he would need to make quite a bit for women to just stay out of the workforce and just stay at home all day.
No, like if you're materialistic, yeah, but if you're totally willing to just live like a simple lifestyle, then no.
So you're not anti-woman in the workforce, you're just more pro stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. Like, I think obviously women are valuable in the workforce and, you know, they are good at their jobs sometimes they're not. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes men are good at their jobs, sometimes they're not. But my point is that women on the whole, first of all, I think we should just talk about the fact that once women were introduced into the workforce, now it's like you have double the competition, which I think makes it a lot harder to get higher wages.
So you're arguing women should come out of the workforce so that I get ahead quicker.
I mean, I'm not arguing that women should get out of the workforce. I'm posing questions. I'm just being curious. You know, what did it do to wages, to competitive wages, to have the workforce suddenly doubled? You know, it's a reasonable question.
I mean, I don't think it really hurt NFL salaries, did it?
Well, because women don't play in the NFL, so
okay,
the workforce
so I'm just
didn't
saying
double in the NFL.
I'm just saying it didn't hurt everything. I'm actually very pro-woman in the workforce, but only if they're successful at what they do.
So poor women can't work?
No, but
that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, let me finish. If you have the opportunity to make a ton of money, you have to take it. You just have to take it. So there's a woman who can make a ton of money and become like a 2-income household and have a rich dad and a rich mom. She'd be stupid not to do it. The lifestyles you can live with 2 high-earning incomes are very different than just one.
I mean, that might be true if money were the most important thing, but like family is important and nurturing and having emotional stability in the home. I agree with you. Oatmeal cookies on the table when you get home from school, like that kind of stuff. That's what
Would you rather live in a mansion or just a shitty house with oatmeal cookies on the table when you get home from school?
I 100% would take the shitty house and the happy family.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
But you can't just ask me my opinion and then tell me what my opinion is. That's sexist.
The moment you lived in a mansion, you'd be like, I'm never going back.
No, because then you have to clean it and it's overwhelming. You have like a lot of stuff. It's annoying. Like, what if you just want to get up and leave?
If you live in a mansion, you can afford people to clean your own house.
Then you have to worry about people wanting to steal your stuff. If you're broke and with oatmeal cookies, no one's going to want to steal your stuff.
Yeah, because you have nothing to steal,
Exactly,
probably.
It's great. You can get up and leave whenever you want. You can travel the world, no problems.
With what money are you traveling the world?
You could like hitchhike. I'm just saying.
Oh
I'm just saying.
Goodness.
My point
we're
is
in
that
fantasy land now.
My point is that money isn't everything. To have a nurturing, emotionally stable home is far more important, and that's why I think I'm not saying women do not belong in the workforce. I'm in the workforce. I'm just saying that if women make a priority to stay in touch with their feminine sides and to realize that maybe staying at home is a priority to them, like if they're honest with themselves, I think on the whole women would be happier.
Well, I think you can have a good family life and be in the workforce and make a ton of money if you can. But that's just me. Let's move on. The next thing you want to talk about is walk me through this AOC controversy.
Okay, so Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, super charismatic.
Who, by the way, I'm a big fan of.
And why are you a big fan of her, Hook said?
Because
it has nothing to do with her looks, right?
I think she's very energetic. She's 29.
Yeah, I think she just turned 29.
I think she's a very energetic, bubbly 29-year-old.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is very attractive.
Oh, there it is. No, so she's very charismatic, and she usually has like a very, just really charming kind of presence. So someone tweeted out, I think, what was her name? Let me pull that up. It's like Peggy Norsom or something. She tweeted out that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez had a rare bad night at the State of the Union address and looked kind of sullen, and specifically said she didn't look spirited and warm. And then AOC retweeted her and said, like, why do I need to look spirited and warm? This was an embarrassment of the State of the Union address. And it kind of made me think how a lot of, I think maybe third-wave feminists talk about, like, oh, all men say that women need to look happier, and that's super sexist. And, I mean, do men actually say that?
They do.
What? You actually said that to a woman?
I gotta be careful, though, because I might get myself in deep trouble here. But have I ever said you need to look happier to a woman?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I can give you some perfect examples of that without probably getting in too much trouble if my mom's watching, maybe. Sorry, not if. I know my mom's watching this. I've told women before, like, look, you're sitting around moping and pouting like you have some terrible life. Like, you don't. Like, look happy. It's a good day. The sun's up. The weather's good. You know, the world's not coming to an end.
Okay, but
grow up a little bit.
What's the context?
Because some women, certainly not all women, some days they get into emotional swings and they're just off the rails and they're all angry and sad. I'm like, cheer up, like, smile a little bit more. Or I'll tell them this. I'll be like, you have a really beautiful smile. You should smile more often. And then they're all.
You ever tell men to smile?
Yeah.
I believe I have, maybe. Well, I've definitely told men they need to cheer the hell up.
When they have emotional mood-swinging days?
Well, men don't really have emotional mood swings.
Excuse me.
We have emotions, they just don't swing as much.
I think somebody opened the show by complaining that his day was ruined because it was running a little late. I don't know, maybe
that wasn't an emotional swing. That was just me stating a fact of the matter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So men have emotions, they just don't swing as much. We're more analytical. We look at numbers and data.
Which is a good reason why women maybe should stay home. I don't know.
Okay, well, if the numbers say that you should be in the workforce, then maybe you should be in the workforce. But anyways,
okay, yeah.
I have told women they should smile more often, but I will always say it in the nicest way possible. And I mean it as a compliment. Like, I don't mean that's not a bad thing. But she was told this by another woman, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can't speak to woman-on-woman violence, but on social media. But I've told plenty of women that they should smile more often. Yes.
But in, like, you know each other well. And
most of the time, yeah.
You would not go up to a stranger.
Oh, I wouldn't go up to a stranger. No, I wouldn't go up to someone at least not in person. I wouldn't.
I've never in my life had a man tell me to smile more. I don't like that's not.
Well, maybe that's because you're smiling a lot, and so it's not a concern. But walk around and start moping everywhere, and then we'll see if anyone tells you to cheer up.
I just walk around like crying all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure if you started crying, Richie would pull you aside, and then you'd be like, "Hey, stop crying. Cheer up. Life's good."
I understand what you're saying. Like, having like a sad attitude when the world is pretty good. We're doing.
By the way, AOC was kind of looking like a smoke last night. Like, she was looking good at the State of the Union. So I want that on the record, in case she's also watching this.
But you like her because her policy.
I don't give a damn about her policies. She's never going to be president. So, or maybe she will be. Maybe, I don't know. Not likely. So I don't really care about her policies.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if I was in a bar with her and I saw her, I would be like, oh, that's someone I should go and introduce myself to.
Okay, but
we'd be a very, very big power couple.
But is the attraction circumstantial? Because compared to, like, she is very attractive as a congresswoman, but, like, if she were just in the bar and just like another girl, would you single her out and be like, that's a really
would
good
she
female?
still have this kind of bubbly, aggressive, ferocious attitude?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's her personality,
Then,
but she wouldn't be like on CNN.
That's okay. I'm not worried about them getting famous. I'm just saying I'm attracted, like a lot of men are, to that personality
to
trait.
the attitude.
Why do you think if she was just silent and sat there, she wouldn't be popular? Mm-hmm. She's popular because people are drawn to who she is.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would tell her to smile if I knew her, and she wasn't.
Okay. So
I also would go on a date with you if you're watching right now, AOC. My contact info is shockingly easy to find.
I can't. So the next thing we wanted to talk about was the Super Bowl show. Mm-hmm. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I watched portions of the Super Bowl. I was at a Super Bowl party thrown by someone currently in this room. It was very fun, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch the whole game.
Why not?
Because I was busy mingling.
Okay, but you're like a football super fan. That kind of surprises me.
Yeah, but when your team, you don't have a dog in the fight. There's a lot of people there. You're shaking hands, rubbing elbows, right, Rich?
Yep.
Yeah. So I was reading Twilight during the Super Bowl.
That is so
football's the most boring sport to watch objectively. It just starts and it stops and like nothing happens and it's just a bunch of.
You like the halftime show with Adam Levine?
Yeah, so I always take a look at the Super Bowl because of the halftime show. And yeah, a lot of controversy about Adam Levine taking his shirt off for the show. What did you think? What do you think as a man?
I think that men should not be taking their shirts off.
What?
At the Super Bowl, or pretty much virtually anywhere ever,
Why
other
not?
than maybe the beach.
Why not?
Because I don't want to be looking at a bunch of shirtless dudes. I don't take my shirt off at the beach. Because you don't see me walking around shirtless down the street, do you?
Okay, but part of the whole like rock star thing is that you're supposed to take your shirt off. Like I am very pro musicians taking their shirt off. It's part of the whole. It's part of the.
So you want rock stars, no matter what their physical appearance is, to just take their. That's
like
absurd.
The flubbier and like the hairier, the better. Like it's just part of the whole shtick. It's like you're living the rock star lifestyle.
Men should never listen up. Men, you should not be taking your shirts off in public. That's just
absolutely,
true.
You should.
I say that as a guy who does not take my shirt off in public.
I don't understand what this like anti-man thing is, where like men aren't allowed to wear like shorts, and people are mad that they're taking their shirts off.
Okay, hold on. There's short shorts. There's an actual issue with those, and if you think long and hard about it, it's not difficult to figure out what it is.
Well, I mean that depends on how short.
There's a former NBA player, I think it was Bill Russell, who had a massive problem with short shorts. So. There's a reason men should also not be wearing short shorts.
Okay, but like men in the 80s did it.
Well,
with like little coaches shorts.
I'm saying some men can men can probably get away with it, but I'm just like, it's not a risk anyone wants to take. You were on the verge of disaster pretty much all the time.
I'm just saying, why can't men show a little leg too?
That's disgusting. The male body is like actually disgusting.
What?
Dude, the average male.
If the male body were actually disgusting, women would never be with men.
No, that's a whole different conversation. The average male without his clothes on does not, like, the male body is disgusting.
Okay, but we're not talking about nudity here. We're just talking about showing a little leg.
Dude,
it's just a little
last time I had my shirt off at the beach was last summer, and I looked horrific. So my point is, if I have enough awareness to be like, I should keep my shirt on, because most men are fat, out of shape, and ugly, then like Adam Levine should, in solidarity with those of us who don't have six-packs, also keep a shirt on. Plus, women are going to see that, and they're going to start to think, whoa, is that like, they're going to look at me walking down the street and be like, I bet that guy has a six-pack. He looks weirdly athletic on the streets of D.C., and then they're going to find out I don't. So it's just, you're setting up false hope. For women, I couldn't care less. I'm not actually going to do anything to get a six-pack. I don't want women to be disappointed because I care so much about them. And when Adam Levine takes his shirt off at the Super Bowl, you look at me, you look at Adam Levine, and you like, those two physically look very similar.
Okay,
so he must also, be shredded.
No, but you're making the same argument that people use to criticize like swimsuit models.
No, it's totally different.
Which is that it sets up an unrealistic beauty standard, so we should stop.
We all know supermodels. We all know supermodels do not look like normal women.
Okay,
that's why they're super.
We all know like rock stars don't look like normal men.
You just said there's fat and hairy rock stars. I can walk out this door and find 5 fat hairy dudes.
Well, but it's
how many supermodels could I find out that door?
The bottom line is, you know that, well, first of all, women on the whole are statistically more attractive than men on the whole.
That's the point I'm making.
But what I'm saying is that
the female body is not repulsive.
If you say that rock stars shouldn't take their shirts off because it sets up unrealistic standards, you're just making the same argument that people use to criticize.
No, it's a double standard. I totally recognize that. But when men look at supermodels, we don't believe that's what women walking down the street look like. We know that. We know that they're supermodels. But I'm saying, I think women because Adam Levine looks like an average guy when he's just walking around. But he clearly is shredded, right? Do you understand,
I don't think he...
When I see a supermodel, I know what you're getting, right? This is the analytical side of the male brain. We understand the difference between supermodels and women walking down the street.
And women don't understand the difference between rock stars and just men walking down the street?
I don't think they quite understand it in the same way. Someone I work with,
I'm literally telling you, as a woman,
someone I work with at this company, who's a woman the other day, told me she thinks I have a six-pack. Okay, I do not have a six-pack.
She was being nice. She was probably just being nice to you.
This is the confusion that is caused by and how easily you can disguise a non-athletic body as dudes. And I'm just saying, I could trick a woman if I wanted to into thinking I was really fit. And when Adam Levine...
What are you talking about? You can trick a woman into thinking you're really fit.
The way you dress, you can make yourself look really slim.
Okay, women can do the same thing but better with the makeup that they put on.
But I'm telling you, men see through that
cry
shit.
When they see me without my makeup, but you would never know.
Men see through that facade so easily. I'm just saying... On principle alone, men should not be shirtless in public. That is
non-analytical brain.
Let's not take a dive into my, analytics here. I'm just saying men should not be shirtless in public for multitudes of reasons. One, this is America.
Because it makes you feel sad. That's all that I'm getting from this.
I couldn't care.
Argument.
I couldn't care less about the impact on me.
Completely incoherent.
I don't want. I don't want
literally the most illogical thing I've ever
I don't want the hopes of women to get too high. That's all I'm saying. Let's stay grounded. And Adam Levine going shirtless doesn't help that.
Listen, the bottom...
Also, do you find all those tattoos, do women find that attractive?
No, but here's the point, is that physicality is different for men and women.
He got out of prison.
It's different for men and women. So, the enjoyment of a rock star taking their shirt off is not, visual enjoyment. It's oh, he's talented. That's the part
and his music abilities somehow get better when his shirt comes off?
Yeah, because he's, enacting the rock star archetype. You know what I mean? It's part of the whole...
I don't know
It's part of the whole atmosphere. It's not about,
I just don't think
his
we
abs.
see eye to eye on this at all. Not even a little
I'm
bit.
pretty sure that you didn't even make a single good point.
Well, that might be. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of men watching this right now who agree with everything I said.
That other men shouldn't take their shirts off.
About men not taking their shirts off.
I'm pretty sure men like to take their shirts off.
Yeah, if they're super shredded, which is a very small majority of men.
Even dad bods. I feel like when it's 60 degrees or higher, men
No. You just don't see fat people with their shirt. I walked home yesterday.
I see fat people with their shirts off all the time.
I walked home yesterday.
Let's have the men weigh in. What do they think?
What do you mean have the men weigh in?
The viewers?
Yeah,
viewers.
Yeah, hey, if you're fat and your belly hangs over your jeans, go ahead and tell us. How are you taking your shirt off?
It's been a long day. You just want to be comfortable. It's warm outside. You're just going to grab a beer. You're going to take your shirt off and grill a steak. That's what men do.
2/3 of that were correct.
That's what men do.
Beer and steak.
They like to be shirtless. It's like a guy thing. I don't know.
No, that is just so wrong on so many different levels. But this is the difference between men and women, I guess. So thanks for joining in. And hey, this was supposed to be done an hour ago, but it's okay.
It's those mood swings kicking in.
Those
He's
mood
not
swings are
usually
kicking
like
in.
this.
Yeah.
It's just this week.
All right, we'll see you later.